drawing curly hair is easier than you think, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it, no matter your skill level. Hello wonderful people, it's Genevieve, and my goal here on this channel is to teach you all about illustration and design. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the weekly videos, and so that you can join our wonderful creative community. And with that said, grab your drawing tools and let's get started. So this video is going to be divided in 3 main sections. In the first one, I'm going to give you essential, super basic, but really important tips and tricks on how to draw curly hair. And these tips are meant to really help you simplify the whole process and make it as easy as it can be so that curly hair becomes accessible to really anyone. Then the second section, we'll actually go ahead and sketch 3 different types of curly hair together. And in the last section, I'm going to show you how I would go ahead and add color to a head of hair. And this is where I personally add most of the texture, so make sure you watch until the end so you don't miss that. So the first thing to know is that hair, in terms of the pattern and the texture, is classified in different types. There are 4 types. The first type 1, is just pin straight hair. So we're not going to talk about this. Type 2 is what we call wavy hair. Then type 3 is curly. And type 4 is usually referred to as either kinky or coily hair. Now that is super important because the difference between these type of hair comes in the shape of the individual hair strand. And once you understand the difference between the shape of the individual hair strand, then drawing curly hair is literally as easy as it is to draw straight hair. Now keep in mind, these are general types. Within the types there are subtypes. So for example, you can get wavy hair that is 2A, 2B, 2C. We're not going to get in there in this video because it's too advanced, but basically you get different type of intensity in the wave, different type of intensity in the curls, and different type of intensity in the kinky coils. So let's start with wavy hair. The strand of the wavy hair is going to be an S curve. And one thing to keep in mind here is that the curl, in this case the wave, doesn't start at the root and can be really stretched out with the weight. So the longer the wavy hair is, usually the less wave or the less pronounced the pattern is going to be. Now, if we go and look at the curly hair, we're still going to have some sort of a S pattern, but it's going to be much tighter, and there's going to be much more amplitude within the pattern itself. In curly hair, you're also going to start seeing some spirals, so that's really a cool little element you can add. I personally added a lot of them at the coloring phase, so we're going to look at that later. And another thing to keep in mind with curly hair is the curl actually starts at the root, so you're going to start seeing much more volume at the root. In terms of type 4, kinky coily, we really are getting some little spirals and tight little almost zigzag kind of shape, and definitely the texture starts from the root of the hair. Now the thing with all of these 3 types is that because there's curl in the hair, like the whole head of hair, behaves slightly differently than, well, quite differently actually, than it would if it was a straight head of hair. And the reason for that is, well, I'll give you an example instead. In the movie Brave, for the main character, I think her name is Merida, they had to totally change the gravity pull on the hair to make it look more realistic and more bouncy. So instead of using the gravity that is on planet Earth, they used the gravity for the moon. So you know, when you see images of astronauts kind of walking in the moon, it looks like they're jumping because the gravity in the pull is not as strong. Well, that's what they did for the hair, so that the hair looks really bouncy instead of being weighed down. And the reason for that is, if you think of the shape that we talked about for the different type of curls, you get S's, you get spirals, you get coils. These, as opposed to straight hair, kind of stack on top of each other and create volume that way and create bounce that way. So the more texture there is, usually the more volume there's going to be in the hair. Now, again, that is a rule of thumb. Sometimes you can get wavy hair that is super frizzy and then you're going to get volume from the frizz, but we're not going to get in there. This is way too advanced and precise for this video. And basically, keeping that in mind is kind of like having a universal hack for sketching hair, because if we know how the general shape of the hair should behave around the head, Well, then we're able to go ahead and just draw a simple sketch of the general haircut we want, and then we can just go in and add the shapes of the individual strands very quickly. So for wavy hair, since it is, a really small texture, there's not a lot of amplitude within the wave, we don't get the stacking effect that I was telling you about. And we remember that the waves don't start at the root, so we really don't get a lot of volume in this shape, so you can pretty much just pretend that you're dropping a towel on the head of your character and call it a day. So it's pretty much the same kind of general shape as you would get from pin straight hair. It's just how you divide the strand within the hairstyle that is going to make it look wavy. Now curly hair, so type 3, this is where it gets really interesting. So we're starting to get volume at the roots because the curls start at the roots, and since the curls are much bigger, they start doing this stacking effect. So the shape would probably look like either a triangle or more of a heart shape depending on the haircut. So that's a really simple shape that you can draw around the head and then going and refine and start adding curls like we're going to do in the next section of the video. Now for type 4, so kinky coily, you can really pretty much get any shape because the hair kind of stacks on top of each other, get mixed into each other. So here you can really draw any shape because it becomes almost like a sculpture. You can sculpt the hair and create really whatever you want. I mean, obviously in real life, it's definitely not as easy as that. I know that taking care of type 4 hair seems to be a challenging thing, and I respect all of you out there that can actually do it. But yeah, in illustration, we have the luxury of making it easy so we can sculpt whichever shape we want. I know this was a lot of information, but don't worry, I made a cheat sheet so you don't have to memorize everything. You can just download it. It will be linked in the description below. So knowing that, let's go ahead and actually sketch some examples. If you want to follow along and practice with me, I made this little face or head template that you can download. It is totally free, and you can either import it to use it in Procreate, Photoshop, or whichever software you have, or you can just print it on a piece of paper and practice with pencils. Obviously, it is not essential. You can also draw hair on your own character, or you can make your own sketch. If you haven't seen it, I have a video in which I teach all the steps about drawing a cartoon character face, and then another video about the body, so I will link them in the description below if you want to create your own head before drawing the hair. So let's start with type 2 wavy hair. What I personally like to do is do a really rough sketch of the haircut like I was telling you about, so just the outside kind of silhouette, and then go in and add the hair strand shape. So I usually start with the hair that is framing the face, just roughly mapping them out, and then going in and starting with the roots, kind of mapping the general shape for the haircut. So again, just kind of a silhouette almost here. And then once we have that, all we have to do is remember the shape that we have for this specific type of hair pattern or hair type. So wavy is just really loose S's. So now all you have to do is add some little S's that are super loose to fill in the hairstyle that you've sketched out, so the silhouette. And that's it. Now curly hair, it's the exact same technique, but we start with a different general shape for the hair. So again, here we're gonna have tighter curls around the face, and then the hairstyle is gonna be a bit more of a circle or a heart shape. And then all you have to do is go back in and add these either tight S's or little spirals, whatever kind of type of curly hair you want. So for example, earlier I was telling you that there would be different intensity, I guess, of curly hair, different intensity of wavy hair. I personally bring a lot of my curly texture in at the coloring phase, so right now it looks mostly like super intensely wavy hair, but later we're going to add the color and I'm going to give you tricks to make it look more like curly hair. And as you can imagine, it's going to be the exact same technique for kinky kind of hair, so you can just sketch the rough shape you want it to be. I'm going to go with more of an afro kind of shape, and then all you have to do is draw this kind of kind of cloud shape, because when the coils are outlined, or when you see only the outline of the coils, it looks more like a cloud as opposed to very intense spirals. It's just easier to do, especially for more cartoonish illustrations. One thing to keep in mind though, you want to make sure that when you draw this kind of cloud shape, you make your little curves irregular. So as opposed to having them like that, you want to make sure that they have different shapes and different intensities, otherwise it's going to look totally crazy. And then you can just go in and add some little details within the shape. So now let's look at the color. I'm not going to get into too much details here because like I was saying earlier, there's already a full-on video in which I teach you everything you need to know in order to draw a cartoon face from sketching to color. And that covers hair as well. So I'm just going to mostly give you tips for curly hair here, but we're still going to go through the entire process just a little bit more quickly. So the first thing I personally like to do is change the blending mode of my sketch and the opacity until I can just barely see the sketch, but I put the blending mode to multiply, and that allows me to see the sketch better on darker colors while still having it being fairly light so that I can actually see what I'm drawing underneath. Speaking of drawing underneath, I like to create a new layer, put it below the sketch layer and rename it to hair or base or depending on, what I'm drawing. And here I just pick a super bright, a bit darker color than what I want the final hair to be like, because later we're going to layer some texture and the texture is going to be lighter. So anyway, in terms of brushes, I like to use brushes that have a lot of texture. So I personally made a brush pack that is called the Ultimate Illustration Bundle. If you want to check it out, you can find it in the description below. Otherwise, a good brush that comes with Procreate that is free, that has some nice texture is the 6B pencil that comes in the sketching panel. It is not necessarily as precise as the illustration brushes, but still it's a good thing to do. And here I'm just going to give you a quick example. So I'm only going to be using the everything brush from the illustration bundle so that we don't have to change brushes all the time. The first thing I do once I have my brush, once I have my color, is I go ahead and I'll outline the shape of the hair. So just a general super quick outline that I then can fill in to create the base silhouette or the base shape, something like this. Now at this point, depending on the type of illustration you want, you might want to add texture. The way I do that is I create a new layer above the hair layer. I rename it to texture just so that we know what it is, and then I apply it as a clipping mask. So you can just tap on the layer and then select clipping mask in the menu here. I then go ahead and pick a lighter color than my base color and just brush over really quickly. Now the beauty of a clipping mask is, as you can see here, everything we draw on this new layer is going to stay within the base shape that we have below, so we don't have to worry about staying within the line. We can just add some texture really quickly. Once I have my texture, I go ahead and create a new layer for the shadow. So I'm going to start sculpting my hair. This layer is also going to be a clipping mask and we're going to rename it to shadow. Now the intensity and the style of shadow is going to depend on your own illustration. I personally like to set my blending mode for the shadow layer to linear burn and then lower the opacity around 30%, and then I can go back and change that later, but I just start usually around 30%. And I like to have my shadows being kind of a purplish gray. If you use a straight up gray, it's going to look really muddy, and we want to avoid that, so we want to have a little bit of color in our gray as opposed to just, again, a pure neutral gray. Now here, what I like to do at this stage is, depending on the light source, here I don't really have a light source, it's just hair floating on a white background. But depending on the light source, starting to sculpt the hair. So usually there's going to be a shadow that comes kind of there's going to be a light from the top, which is going to create a shadow behind the head. Here we don't have a neck as well, so usually you would have a neck and don't see this. Honestly, here the only goal is to sculpt, the main goal is to sculpt the different hair strands, making sure that they are well separated so that you can start seeing that there's a lot of texture going on within the hair. Once the main sculpting and structure is done, I like to go in and add layers with the details so that we can actually start seeing some of the hair strands, like the individual hair strands. So creating a new layer above the shadows behind the sketch, renaming this one to details, and then color picking the darkest area of the hair, so usually in the shadow, and making the color even darker so that the details, we can see them no matter where they are on top of the hair. And here it's the same thing that we did in the sketch. So you're just gonna go over your basic shape and add some of the hair strand shape that we talked about. So here, since I'm drawing curly hair, it's gonna be really tight S's, and then we're gonna add spirals later. And at this stage, don't be afraid to hide or really lower the opacity of your sketch layer, otherwise it's gonna be really hard to see what you're doing. And with that, it is time for the secret password. So if you've watched this far in the video, please go ahead and comment which kind of hair you have. So either straight, wavy, curly, or kinky coily. If you're new on the channel, you might be like, what's the deal with the secret password? Well, we've been doing this for months now, and honestly, people really like it. It gives me a lot of insight into how to edit and pace my videos better. But the coolest thing about it is, you guys know me, but I don't know you. And whenever you leave a comment, I get to either see your name, sometimes even your face, and it's just so cool to see the wonderful creative community that we're building here on this channel. So just leave a comment with your hair type, and then we're going to keep moving. We're going to start adding the lights, and the lights are really what brings the whole texture and hairstyle to life. So for that, I personally like to create a new layer that is going to be above the shadows so that we can see the lights really well, but below the details so that we still have the crispness that we just created, if that makes sense. So just a new layer, renaming it to lights. I personally like to use the blending mode add, but it is really intense. So for add, you want to lower the opacity of your layer quite a lot, around 30%, maybe even more. And we're also going to apply this layer as a clipping mask. In terms of light, you can use whatever color you want. I like to go with a super pale yellow just to make it look like it's the sun. And then what I personally do is I go ahead and add highlights on the edges of the top of the curls, or the top of the waves, or the top of the coils. So basically, whenever there's like a mountain, you add some sort of a little highlight there. And you can just go over your entire piece doing that, and it's going to really bring it to life. You're going to have much more texture and volume illustration. And once you're done going over where all the details line are, you can just go and add highlights in the blank spot or wherever it looks a little bit boring. So you just go ahead and look and think of the general shape of the hair strand for this hair type, and then you just draw the shape whenever it feels a little bit too empty. So for curly hair, I'm just going to go ahead and add little spirals wherever needed. And if you want to learn how to draw more cartoon characters and explore digital art a little bit more, I highly recommend you check out this playlist in which I'm going to teach you exactly that. But before we leave, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel in case you're not already, so that you don't miss any of the weekly videos. Then click on the link right here, and I'll meet you there.